Today I'm going to build my front brakes due to signs of stuck up. We're going to replace the rotors, repaint the caliper, replace piston and pin. First, find your jack point underneath your car. Be careful. Jacking on the wrong spot can cause dents, problems, and safeties. Now, loosen your wheel nuts before totally lifting your tire. Now time to lift your tire using the jack. Add additional support to your jack, especially if you're using a non-heavy-duty jack. Here I'm adding another jack underneath the subframe for stability and safety. Now completely remove your wheel nut to release the wheel from the rotor to expose your brakes. Now brakes are exposed and ready to be checked and serviced. As you can see here, the pin boots are totally worn out. Because of this, the water can get through inside the pin and cause corrosion. With this, it needed to be replaced. Now I'm applying penetration oil to help me loosen the bolts much easier. Here I'm slightly forcing the caliper piston so I can lift the caliper and access the brake pads and be removed. Here I'm clipping the brake hose. Don't clip the hose directly, because it might get damaged by the vice grip teeth. Put some towel or cloth instead before clipping. This may help so you won't spill and drain your brake fluid in your reservoir. When you remove your brake lines connected to the caliper piston. Now I'm removing caliper and caliper bracket. Time for the rotor to be removed. Here I'm countering the rotor by putting another screwdriver so the rotor won't spin. When I try to remove the screw holding the rotor, slightly hammer the rotor to completely remove it. Now, checking the caliper bracket and removing brake pad guide plate for cleaning. And also, as you can see here, my piston boots are totally worn out. With this, water and dust may enter. That caused corrosion to my brake piston. Here I'm doing some cleaning on the parts to remove dust and rust before rebuilding my brakes. Time for my new rotor to be installed. Everything is now prepared. New caliper pin set and boots, and also new caliper piston and boots, is now installed to my caliper. Now putting everything back together. First, the caliper bracket. Torque it tightly. Now for our pin boots. Next, our caliper pin guide. Then our brake pad guide plate. Greasing our brake pad guide plate contact, so our brakes pads will slide smoothly. This also prevents unwanted braking noise. Now installing our caliper. Putting back our brake lines. Next, our bleeding valve. Release brake hose clip. Time to bleed the valve and release all air pockets inside the lines for better braking performance and avoid braking failure. Install your wheel back. Remove your jack stand support. You can now lower your main jack, remove it, and you're done. Make sure to torque your lug nuts accordingly for your safety.